Hey, what is up, mortals? It is AvyrVA here with a new video for you! In this video, we'll dive into Kakashi Hatake's character from Naruto Shippuden. I just want to greet you guys by saying just sit back and relax, cause you're in for a treat. So let's get started. Kakashi Hatake has always been a fan favorite in the West, but also by most viewers. This was because of his calm personality, complex history, and fantastic intelligence inside and out of combat. But let us take a closer look into the event that caused Kakashi to grow into the man that women want and men fear. Kakashi was born on the 15th of September to a mother who died when he was young. The White Fang Sakumo Hatake, the ninja that saved Konoha, and was even more respected than the Sannin. Kakashi respected his father. It could be said he put his father on a pedestal, comparing everyone he met to his father. Still, unfortunately, Sakumo fell off his pedestal by prioritizing his comrades over a mission, which resulted in his friends and even his comrades shunning him, resulting in his eventual suicide before Kakashi had become a genin at age 5. The death of Sakumo affected, creating an idea that all those who fail are failures, driving him to follow the rules regardless of the consequences. Kakashi joined the team Minato with Obito and Rin. Still, Kakashi was always a very talented ninja. Becoming a chunin at age 6, outclassing his comrades, they eventually become chunin. Still, Kakashi became a jonin at age 12 during the Third Great Ninja War. The war had a massive effect on Kakashi, mainly involving his teammates. Rin was a sweet girl, being a decent medical ninja. She was necessary, and Obito believed that Kakashi was a rival. At the same time, Kakashi only saw him as a failure of a ninja, mocking him about his lack of a Sharingan. During a mission to destroy a vital bridge to the Stone Village, Rin was captured, forcing Obito to abandon the mission, to which Kakashi said to his famous phrase, "Those who break the rules are scum." To which Obito replied, "I believe Sakumo Hatake was a hero. Those who break the rules are scum, but those who would abandon their friends are worse than scum." He then left in the direction of the Stone Ninja. Kakashi decided to aid Obito in his rescue attempt. This could be seen as Obito's word reaching him, but it could be said that he believed he couldn't complete this mission by himself. Kakashi and Obito defeated the enemy ninja, then saved Rin, and Obito finally awakened his Sharingan. Still, the happiness was short-lived, because one of the ninjas caused the cave that housed them to collapse, causing Obito's death, which devastated Kakashi. But Obito, with his dying breath, told Kakashi to protect Rin, and then gave him his Sharingan. Kakashi then fought off a large number of enemy ninjas, eventually being saved by Minato. Within the same month, tragedy struck again as Rin became the Jinchuriki of Isubo, the Three Tails by the Hidden Mist, as the time bomb for the leaf. Once Rin entered the leaf, Isubo would be released, crippling it, as it has already been weakened due to the war. Rin knew what had happened and asked Kakashi to kill her to protect the leaf and deprive the mist of the military assist. This caused Kakashi to mess with his sleeve for years as his hand penetrated. Her tears fell down his face, unlocking the Mangekyo Sharingan as her body fell to the ground. Now, with both his friends dead, he would never shake the feeling of failure from his back. In his mind, he was scum, as he couldn't protect his friends. Later, over a decade later, he would be reminded of this by Sasuke abandoning the leaf. Kakashi showing in the war at just 12 years old earned him the title Kakashi, the copy of the leaf. He was viewed as a war hero. However, he was still traumatized by the image of his hand inside Rin's, washing his hand frenetically as tears ran down his face. After Minato's death, he became even more jaded, forcing him further away from his friends. As time passes, Asuma comments, he become more antisocial lately. Still, he was later use his trauma and feelings to connect with those around him, like Sasuke. Kakashi became an Anbu captain at age 13, alongside a young Itachi Uchiha, seeing him as her comrade, asking him, "Should a dead comrade's wishes be granted?" She even felt somewhat comfortable asking Kakashi about the origin of his Sharingan. But just by the nature of the Anbu and Kakashi's essence at this point in his life, he wouldn't have attempted to form a bond with the young Uchiha. This is shown perfectly when the guy sees what Kakashi is willing to do. Kakashi's answers, "This is our mission." Another example was when Danzo ordered Kakashi to kill all the attendants of the political meeting of the foreign village. He just replied, "Total annihilation, sir. He feels nothing for killing non-hostile if it means serving the village." Still, he hasn't lost his loyalty to his friends above all else. Kakashi later becomes the squad leader of Team 7 using the same bell test that Minato gave him many years ago. Kakashi displayed his change chronologically by not failing them even though they didn't get the bells. He says his quote about teamwork moments like this shows why the fandom has always had a special place in their hearts for Kakashi, even if sometimes it goes a little far sometimes. Kakashi loves reading, but how are you meant to buy that when paying unnecessary markups on the items you buy online? Good thing we have Honey. Honey is a free browser add-on available on Google, Opera, Firefox, Safari. If it's a browser, it has Honey. Honey automatically saves you money when you check out on sites like Amazon, Papa John's, Kohl's. Wherever you shop, it's a good chance that Honey can save you money. All you have to do when you're checking out at these significant sites is click that little orange button, and it will scan the entire internet and find discount codes for you. It takes 2 clicks to install Honey. Now, anytime you check out, Honey will check the whole internet and find coupon codes for you. If there's a coupon code, they will find it. If there's no coupon codes, you can rest assured that you are getting the best price possible. There literally is no one available on the internet. If you install Honey right now, you can save $50 to $100 on your shopping, doing nothing. There's no reason not to install Honey. It takes 2 clicks, 10 million people use it, 100,000 5-star reviews. Unless you hate money, you should install Honey. And that just wraps up our sponsor. Now let's get back to the deep dive. Kakashi's story has always been centered around failure and fear. As a child, he feared loss to the point where he is willing to disconnect from his dead father's memory to be viewed as a success. He focuses on his studies to the end of not having time for friends. While in the academy to avoid the stench of his father's perceived failure, Kakashi blames himself for all the deaths and suffering in his life. He feels that if he was stronger, Rin wouldn't have died. If he had arrived quicker, he could have brought Sasuke back to the village. And if he had been able to save Obito, the 4th Great Ninja War wouldn't have happened. He sees himself as a failure, but uses this to motivate others with time. Kakashi changed, trying to counsel Sasuke, acting as a teacher to Naruto, supporting him in his training, and treating him like a person. Even though he was a Jinchuriki, Gaara was used as a weapon for most of his life, and showing how much compassion can affect the flow of someone's life. Kakashi is kind in the face of a world that forces children to be soldiers, as children must kill and protect their country's service, but in the front of all the pain he has experienced. In contrast, others like Madara, Nagato, and even his friend Obito acknowledge the pain and fertility of this world. The life he leads but says, the holes in one's heart are filled by those around you. Kakashi has developed over time. He feared failure. Still, as time passed, he realized that living a life of success isn't a successful life, but a lonely one finds satisfaction in simple pleasures like reading, supporting those he cares for, and spending time with his friends. Kakashi's was once centered around fear and failure. Still, he used that pain to help others in his life. Unlike his enemies who couldn't move on from their past, using Obito as an example of someone whose life was just as hellish as Kakashi's in the beginning. When he is faced with the fertility of life, he breaks under pressure, becoming an extension of Madara, losing his identity as a person. Decades later saying, "Take a good look inside of me. Don't feel pain? I don't feel anything anymore. Look, I don't have anything in my heart." Kakashi's difference between the villain of the series is his outlook. He uses them to support those he cares about, while the villains use them to drive their goals to end the suffering of this world. Nagato believes he needs to tell Beast to force the nations into an uneasy peace. In contrast, Obito and Madara believe that moving everyone into the infinite Tsukuyomi gives the world their perfect dream. In a world where they will live and die. A peace that couldn't be possible in the real world. Thank you for indulging yourself in all this information thus far. I hope you enjoyed it. Now there are a few more things that I'd like to go over before the video ends. Firstly, if you're in the mood for some great storytelling, We the Celestial has got you covered. Our We the Celestial, My Hero Academia and Naruto What If channels retell the story of their namesake anime with a twist. Check it out if you're interested. Now as always, stay tuned.